Okay, on the last video, we started to discuss why Muslims are moving to Morocco. And now in this video, what you're about to watch is potential ways you can make a living in Morocco and actually survive, including, starting your own business, working remotely, freelancing, etc. Watch the about 20-minute discussion me and my friends have, and it might prompt some ideas and help you maybe make that move. But anyway, just watch it.
One thing that's good for people that live in the West and that want to come live in Morocco is if they have a remote business or they work remote. I think that's the perfect combination because I don't know, it could be a bit complicated to.
I wouldn't recommend getting it. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know much about it, but I wouldn't recommend it because salaries are not as high as what maybe they're used to.
Yeah.
So remote is the way, I think. Actually, lots of people have been asking me, so how do you do remote work? What is remote work? Everyone's different, right? Like you work remotely, but you're in completely different sector to me. You work from remotely, but you're completely different sector to local. So it really depends on what your skill set is, isn't it? So
Yeah, the nature of some jobs allow your hybrid work or remote work. If you are in healthcare, how can you work to blast there? And the nature also of your industry and your sector also plays an important role. The possibility of doing so. We are in sectors that this is possible.
yes,
And there's another thing is that a lot of people that come live in Morocco open their own business. For example, people from I know a guy from Asia. I don't remember the country. He first came here and I think he's in Bosnia Calcio.
oh really?
Yeah, he opened a dojo for Hapkido. And then he started it, and then he decided to change it to traditional Asian medicine, something like that. So basically, opening your own business can be like that.
My advice, if you want to do that, have a local partner.
Yeah, and you have to.
No one would. All right, it's gonna be so guys. It's gonna be a mess.
No,
Yeah. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean that the country is bad. It just means that you don't know how to, fulfill it.
and first
Communicate, navigate, understand perceptions, understand where you can use money and not use money, how you can, what's good and what's bad, and how to negotiate with people and all that. And that can make a big difference in your.
Yeah, definitely.
You will make it. Have a local partner. For example, I've seen examples of a Japanese restaurant in Fez. It's very successful, but turns out, it's not a Moroccan partner.
It makes sense. They know best what the locals want.
Exactly. I know how to make sushi, and you know how to manage the clientele. You know how to talk with the authorities, get me the proper licenses.
The question is, though, how do they find those partners, and how can they trust that you can't randomly go to someone?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the concept is have a local partner. Now, how and who's going to be trustworthy or not, that's a different discussion. I don't think your blog provides advice on this.
No.
Or you could go to channel ABC.
You know what, though? I think you're right, 100% right. Because wherever you are, you don't know what's the intricacies and what's in the Moroccan mind and what they want. You can come to Morocco. 20 years ago, try to do sushi. People were like, "What? I want no raw fish. What is this? Oh, yeah, what are you talking about?" It took time for the people to understand what it was, right? Adapt. Now what the Moroccans are eating.
Yeah, it's valid for everywhere.
actually, cuisine is a pretty good idea if you're in a very different culture and exotic type of cuisine. You come here on your restaurants, especially if you're a chef. I mean, you need to be a good cook, at least. But yeah,
But who should they target? Because there's foreigners living here, people who could, because sushi is quite expensive. And I think the locals, on a normal salary, won't go there regularly. It's too expensive for something like
This is typical of a market study of what is that you're offering. You're offering sushi. Let's take the example of sushi, for example. Sushi, as I said, it's not affordable to everybody. If you go to a sushi restaurant, the minimum fare you would pay between 150 to 200 per person. You're gonna have a good meal, right? That's not something everybody can afford. Now, large cities where people have such income like Casablanca, Rabat, Marrakesh, etc. In these places, for sushis, it's already saturated. So if someone is coming for a small business, I don't think unless it is going to be disruptive in a sense that it's gonna offer something good with low prices. This is how you disrupt.
Or something especially like
Exceptionally good. That's really be your added value. And I'm talking about saturated markets in these large cities. Now, if you're looking at smaller markets with different in the different sectors or different something that's never
unique.
yeah something untested in the country where there is an appetite. It's just that nobody had tested this appetite. You could go for it, free march city. Try you set, because what happens is that you set the market, price it. You're the first one. You set the benchmarks.
Yeah.
And the rest will follow.
Just for the audience, Morocco is not a poor country. There are rich people here. We're quite well-off people that can afford certain services, certain foods, etc. Right? Especially Casablanca. There's like millionaires in Casablanca. I know. So people might have this perception that it's a poor country. There's only poor people. There are poor people, of course, like everywhere. But
No, it's just that there's a territorial, I would say imbalance, but
categories, but I think it's much less imbalanced than examples in the West, like in
definitely
the US or
no, definitely. I fully agree. Social imbalances exist everywhere, but we're not doing economics here, at least. But for somebody who's having an idea of coming to Morocco and setting up a business, and if you know how to do something and do it well, look for a local partner. If you work remotely on a salary basis or your payroll, we're good for you. If you're trying to set up a business, local partner is your way. Try to understand, is your business going? There's always a portion of risk. That's totally fine.
yeah.
And then go for it. Yeah.
So to what he said, I think don't do it unless you have savings in case it goes wrong. You need to have a good amount, because if you do it and you screw up, you're screwed. And if you have a family, right?
Yeah, but
That's you have about for a business, right?
I think that's trivial. You don't have to say this.
Come again? No, well, people that think, they don't. Sometimes they.
Somebody's gonna risk with all his lifetime savings to an unknown country with a local partner. That's each rise. Yeah, then end up in the commercial.
No, here's what I mean. Don't expect it to work, because some people will put all their eggs in one basket. Hard, so like, because starting a business sometimes is not cheap. You might have to use security, put your house on a mortgage. People take risks. They think, oh, I'm gonna make it, so they put everything in it.
But if they NFA, most financial advice.
Yeah, not financial advice. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bottom line, calculate your risks.
Yeah. But one other way I think that's good is freelancing.
Yeah.
If you have a skill, you don't need to start, but it's not really a business. It's like, it can be taken into a business, but it could be like
Consultants.
something like that.
Consultants. Like remote or in the Moroccan market?
No, remote.
Oh, no, yeah, that's
For Moroccan, it's valid from everywhere, for everywhere.
And especially Morocco is really cheap compared to some countries in the West. So you'll be living the life, yeah.
Yeah. Unless and now if you're targeting Moroccan vendors, providing services to Moroccan clients, now it depends on which sector. But if you are working remotely, that question doesn't stand out. You know what I mean?
No, just checking it. Looks like shin pad.
So
But I noticed there are a lot of gaps in Morocco business. I don't know. I just feel like there's still a lot that can be done in Morocco business fund.
share with us, and you have a local partner from there now.
Okay, let me think. So I can't think right now, to be honest. But the amount of things. So for example, in Bosnia, yes, it's kind of not that popular, but they don't have much restaurant-wise. They have like those small Moroccan, not great restaurants. They're nothing that, and it's a holiday destination.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's lack of demand. The supply is.
But there is demand, especially in the summer, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's especially in the city, the summer. It's seasonal. So the supply would go where the demand is. So that's why large businesses, or at least niche businesses, they start by large cities, because they know at least it's gonna pay off in terms of demand, and because in those cities also, it's a vicious circle. In those cities, the real estate is very expensive, especially commercial real estate, because of this reason, because it's a saturated market there, and that's why price of a meal of sushi would at least cost you 200 or sometimes 300 there, just to break even on the real estate.
I personally I've heard from other people they don't do food, basically. Food's high risk. there's there's a high likelihood of it failing if it's food. It's very competitive. It's difficult to make a profit. Food spoils. There's a lot of things. How's the online market? Do people buy things online? Is it something like, because online is easier, right? You can be in Bosnia and sell to the whole of Morocco for a time.
Yeah. In 2020, since COVID, shadow kitchen didn't exist in Morocco. But after,
What is that?
shadow kitchens is where basically you have a restaurant that doesn't serve any food on tables.
Oh, okay.
They just cook for takeout.
Like in Glovo kind of thing.
We know.
Yeah, no, yeah. What these were conversions from existing restaurants that couldn't host uh, uh, people to dine in because they had to pay off rents and leases, and because in June, when the authorities started to loosen a bit the restrictions, they started takeouts are allowed, but no sitting.
After the COVID time.
Yeah, COVID tax. So the restaurant owners were like, okay, yeah, we can do takeouts. Okay, fine, no dining. Let's call all the apps that do, or the Glovo is an example. Jumia Food back then was an example. Uber Eats is an example. Not to sign any commercial name, but
Not sponsored. Yeah.
not all. I don't sponsor any of those names. Yeah, this is just a case study.
So they fully rely on digital marketing. So they need to have a nice Instagram, nice.
Yeah, those. Yeah, you could either have your own. There are three models here. You work with the app. Second, you have your own driver. Third, you have a driver that is not yours. You give him a fee per
Right.
driver per delivery.
Yeah. Like sort of freelance. Does do that. The app is the best, right? Because they have database of people who can see your restaurant. But it's not the cheapest one, right?
After the departure of Jumia Food.
Oh, Jimmy Food was a thing. I didn't know.
Yeah, Jumia Food was here. I think it departed 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I'm not busy. So a large competition from Glovo. So the Glovo basically is generally app.
It's Spanish Glovo, isn't it?
Spanish. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Spanish. I'm not sure about the capital, the shareholders now, because there's been a lot of changes in the shareholder structure.
I know.
But after that, it's basically Glovo setting the game and put in prices. Sometimes it's 30%.
Oh, on the lower, yeah. But they inflate the price at the restaurants. If you know, higher. But I've seen really okay.
But what restaurants do? They don't charge them. They pass on to the customer.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what there's more expensive on the big success.
I remember the sushi, but we went there once physically.
Yeah.
And we ordered the first online, then we went there physically. Like, wait, did you undercharge me? Because when I bought the same thing offline, I think it was almost 100 and more. Actually.
The difference goes to.
But wait, does this 30% go to the driver or?
Well, it goes to the company.
No,
But the company, yeah. But the company, when you put the order in the app, the let's say it's 100, 30% stays with the app. 70 goes to the restaurant. That 30 is split on the costs on the cost of to the driver. For example, let's say we're gonna give him 10% and 20% is like his 20. In any way, as a customer, I pay 100.
Yeah,
Whether it stays.
But they're losing a lot of money. I'll tell you why. How many times they made their mistakes? No, Glovo. Every time there's a delay, every time somebody give me the wrong deliveries, I tell them they have to give me money back and this is something.
When you're working on a monopoly, that's what I'm saying.
But it's a mess. It's like literally 9 times out of 10 there's something wrong.
No way.
Yeah, no, you're not joking. When I order from Majan, not from when I order supermarket food.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Either something missing, either something's wrong, either something it looks similar but it's the wrong one. If I order Sidi Harazin, they give me Sidi Ali. Small things, but it's crazy. But they still did constant. But they have to reimburse. It comes out of their pocket, whoever.
Also, that's a good thing. Everybody who watches, just order from Merchant using mobile.
Yeah, but
I don't want to be like kind of guy, but sometimes when you order something, you order it for a reason. You order it because you have something.
But the problem is, I know these apps and our guy here is our tech guy. Let's say you file a claim so that they chain whatever getting reimbursed. All these orders are linked to each driver. So on each driver who goes, there is a rating. I am 100% sure that there is a rating for each.
Who collects the supermarket food? Is it the driver or is it the staff?
depends a bit of stuff. It's go bad. I think it's the driver. But manager and that do have their app to order.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they have their own app.
they have their own app. Yeah, or just 2 years ago or something. I think this then it turns out to a campaign promotion to commerce apps. But we're just telling you the opportunities that exist in this market.
Talking about us, I got a new app coming out called Transition.
That encompasses all what you're thought about. You just choose what you want and go straight to the app.
Well, yes.
So it's a monopoly. It's a monopoly, and I've looked at the story of that company since they started working prior to COVID, since 2018. They have really struggled. Oh, how many losses they had to write off, Harvey. How many losses, so much money. But it was COVID that really was that clicked it.
And people who traditionally never even touched things like this probably like, we'll do it.
You know, in the beginning, they used to ask restaurants, come and work with us, we can get you clientele, etc. The restaurant were like, no, I'm not going to do that. Or if you bring me orders, fine, pay me upfront and no fee.
So then what would they do? Well, just give me free money. That's what they have.
Because it did, exactly. And initially what they did, fake order. No. Glovo had bank cards for each of the drivers. Oh, so when somebody made an order, exactly. When somebody makes an order,
Yeah.
that driver uses the Glovo card, load it immediately with the amount of the order from the centralized unit. That goes to paid. You know how much operation costs? Now they're taking revenge.
Who have
Goes and pays.
now they got the market. That's it. Like I think they won.
There's no one else, is there? I've never seen another food.
There was Jumia Food.
Jumia Food. Right, Jumia Food, and
I have the apps here.
there might be some local local apps working on that so city basis. Let's say something only works in working Casablanca or something like that.
It would work fine. There's also another thing actually with Glovo. Maybe you guys are used to it, but when you order something, the driver expects you to go out, go down, and then to collect the food. They don't come to your, like in the UK, I remember maybe France, they come to your door. I don't go to this.
This is just the UK. They don't show your door.
They don't come to my door, Glovo.
Oh, but in the UK, they security. Yeah, same.
I tell them in the app, come up from in the second floor. It's a cultural perception. If you impose on him to come up, it will come.
It's gonna come. Yeah.
So, but they should come automatically because that's what they're meant to do.
Normally, yes.
Normally, but if it's a practice that has grown. It's a unhealthy practice that has grown where the customer needs to come down. But if you tell him, come to the second floor,
He's not gonna argue.
he's not gonna argue. I had never had this issue unless your building door is closed or your interphone is not functioning properly.
But because sometimes you need him to come, right? Yeah, somebody you cannot.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want him to come, he can come. I think it's speak by master.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It shouldn't be have to ask. That's part. Where it should be done without asking. It's like saying, I don't know. I'm here to drink some water.
Cultural perception number 2. Ask your driver to bring your thing at your door. If you don't, he's not gonna do it. It doesn't mean he shouldn't. He should, but you have to ask.
So, but when you ask him, he'll do it. But
I don't care.
No, I really don't. But I mean, in their heads, obviously, you can't look.
Yeah, that does if he is doing 700 deliveries and 80 of people don't ask him to come down and 20 would ask him, of course he's gonna be
Okay. And if it's American, you don't need to tip with, but it's master tip. And if you want the tip, you want tip because Americans are used to tipping.
Well, if you don't tip an American,
Yeah, it's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's
Oh God.
I've tried it once unintentionally,
Okay.
and then when I asked them now, they were like, "Oh, are you sure you ate proper food?"
I think it's even mandatory. Like they're gonna force you to pay.
Yeah, in some places it's mandatory.
Yeah. That's the difference from Japan. If you give a tip, they
follow you to their on the bottom.
It's strange. I know it's a weird culture tipping, isn't it? Forced tipping. I mean,
for sipping. Yeah, it's the thing. Weird one. I think all of this story came back from the
It's not a tip, is it? If you force, it's not.
Yeah, it's such a tip
It's
anymore.
It's like cultural peer pressure. It's like, yeah, you have to do it.
Okay, some people would say, okay, our salaries incorporate tips, so our fine, okay, I understand that, but your meal shouldn't be 100. No, no, you don't even.
The thing is that all of this is caused from value added tax. All of this, yeah. These 40 or 14 or 20% tax, they need to compensate it with the chips, and the customer ends up paying extra to pay the salaries of the waiters.
No, but these waiters, they get small fixed and variable. There's one tip.
Okay, you see.
Yeah.
So it was just like they're rewarded for their actual work,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, so that's how that makes sense. Yeah, so the price of a meal then shouldn't be 100.
No, but then wait. Everything is centralized in their system, so they can just track how many orders did the waiter deliver. So
Yeah, but a customer can give 100 and another customer can give 20. It's a voluntary check.
no, but what I'm saying is that the company needs to calculate this and pay the.
There's no ways on how many the things it is, but it's hourly wage. Are you talking about the?
You know, because there's a fixed salary which is indeed based off hourly what, and then there is a variable part which is.
Whatever you get from tips, whatever you get.
But the thing is, I'm saying it shouldn't come from chicks. It should come from the company paying percentage of the value of the meal, right?
Well, that's why.
And the problem is that it's coming from the VAT. I think.
The reason why they're keeping a big portion in tips for variable to make you very customer driven and try to be nice. All that
Now it makes sense. Yeah, that's it. I can it. I feel it.
because if you do that, then the people would come. I did my part as a restaurant to provide good food. You do your part as a waiter to provide good service.
Yeah.
And if more people come, all of a sudden,
Yeah, because it sounds convenient, but I've heard they pay very low wages in some of these places, and they rely on tips to feed their basically.
exactly. Oh, that's right. That's it. If you give a low tip, then the guy will be serving you, let's say, pasta, and before serving pasta, like
Yeah. What? Actually, one of my friend, American guy, I think he lived in California. He came to Japan. He used to work for rich people, and he said almost every night. I don't know if he's BSing, but he made almost $1,000 on tips.
From a very car per day. Yeah,
Per day.
yeah, man, much better. Just serving drinks.
For alcohol. Yeah. No, not a barista.
Yeah, because imagine every second somebody order like $10 tip, $20 tip. You know, like
haven't you seen those videos of people of those influencers, which I hope become one day, and tipping 100, tipping 1,000, tipping 10,000.
Oh yeah.
You've seen all those.
Was
Mr.
it-
Gaston and Co.
Their lunch is like 50,000. That's why. Like their lunch is a yearly.
It's a percentage generates 5 to 20%, and it could be more generous if you want.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Some people, well, people can use it to gain favor too. When you tip like 100%, let's say, and you're rich,
Uh-huh.
you can always get a seat at that restaurant. You know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
It's Henry.
What? Sorry.
You can always get a seat at that restaurant if you tip generously.
okay.
They'll Guys, I hope that was useful. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And I will see you on the next one, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.